That's right. The RTFT All-Star Racing League is on the Mason-Dixon line tonight. Live from Richmond International Speedway iRacing version, it's the Xfinity Cars Dixieland 125. Joey Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight, joined by my partner in crime, as always, Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett, and league owner Taylor Burris. Gentlemen, how the hell are you?
Doing all right.
Doing okay. Looking forward to another fun race tonight.
Got to thank R.C. Roche for that cover of Dixieland Delight that brought us into the broadcast tonight. But Xfinity Cars at Richmond, always fireworks. And we are under the lights, and I got to tell you guys, from what I've been seeing during practice, there's going to be some interesting stuff going on tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the show, I think. Not the show like we were expecting last week at Darlington, but it's going to be a show.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've got a packed field tonight. I mean, we've got a lot of drivers returning, some angry drivers from last week, especially Dallas Pataska after having that win taken off him. But yeah, a nice mix of drivers that we usually see, a couple of new drivers, a couple of returning drivers like Justin Lisenby. But yeah, should be a fun race actually, and let's bring it on.
As we watch the 8 go spinning through the tri-oval, the one thing I did notice with the setup that's in the car tonight, it is a fixed setup series. And before I forget, in case you're interested in what you see here tonight, just go ahead and drop your comment below with your iRacing name, and we'll make sure Taylor gets you put into where you need to be to get in on the fun. But the one thing I have noticed is the car is very tight through the center of 1 and 2, and loose is all get out off of 4. So call it an iRacing whatever. It's definitely going to be an interesting night to see how these drivers handle all of the drama that's bound to play out. I'm looking at the leaderboard right now. We're going to bring that up on the screen, or not. There we go. And the one thing I'm noticing is we've got a lot of the usual suspects in the top 10. Of course, Dallas Pataska, your points leader, sitting right at the very top as normal during the hot lap session. Justin Lisenby back with the group. Chris Gutierrez sitting third. Michael Jean sitting fourth quick. Casey Metzger returning to the league. Getting the call up from the AM series that got rained out last night. They decided to run it earlier tonight, if I'm not mistaken, Taylor.
Yep, we just got done with the AM race. It was Casey Metzger in the 8 car currently, who's P5 in practice right now, who took home the victory of that. It was an interesting race. A lot of different lead changes for that. Basically, it was almost.
I kind of have to pull for Casey tonight because I noticed the paint scheme that he's got on his car, and being a good corporate boy that I am, got to pull for the company that pays my bills. But Casey Metzger sitting 5th quick currently, Dustin Dean 6th, Robert Hill Jr. coming back after missing Darlington, currently sitting 7th quick, Zach Brew 8th, Steve Gauthier sitting 9th, and of course the kid you can never count out, Ronnie Osmer, the young gunner, rounding out your top 10.
Yeah, it's shocking to see Ronnie down as far as he is, but we know.
Well, he
when it comes to,
keeps thinking that this track's in Tokyo, if you've watched any of his hot laps so far.
Yeah. But going on to this track, I mean, this has always been a challenge for drivers in whatever car they go to. I mean, I call this track now my favorite launch pad because I ended up in the hospitality section in the middle last time I raced here. But
speaking of which, did you happen to replace that Ford Taurus that you put your Star Mazda through the windshield of?
No. We came to a different kind of settlement. I just apologized and let it go. So
okay, fair enough. And then, of course, we watched our very own TD Adams put one in the upper deck of turn 3 in the same race. Yeah. Actually, I think it was the same crash, if memory serves correctly.
It wasn't T.D. Adams, that was Hanover Fist. I mean, Hanover Fist retired because he took too many cuts to the face.
Right. You're right. Yeah, he put. If you see where the car spun out there in turn 3 there, that just left the track, and where Ray Black Jr. tags the barriers going into, or the barrels going onto pit road. Terry put one over that bleacher section.
Yeah, and I remember a couple of months ago when we were here in Richmond in season 2 of the Pro Masters. Mark Vega actually found his way into the parking lot on the infield. I don't know how he did it, but he said he went in there to see whose car stereo he could steal, or whose hubcaps he can steal. But it's
4 cars four families found their cars up on jacks because of Vega.
Yeah, and I'm still to this day wondering how he ended up in the parking lot, but that's his story to tell.
That's his little secret, I guess, as we watch a car go on a Mr. Toad's Wild Ride coming off of turn 4. That looked like Frenchie.
Dallas Pataska just taking a spin going through turn 4 as well. Oh, turn 2, sorry. So even the big guns are finding it tough around here tonight.
Well, like I said, the one thing that I was hearing drivers say during the early part of the hot lap session is the car pushes like a dump truck in 1 and 2, and we've watched everybody lose the back end out of just sketchy looseness, almost like driving on snow in the Northeast on slicks coming off of 4.
Yeah, and there's a couple of bumps in unfortunate places around these corners, as well as Dallas Pataska spins again.
And I believe that was Jose Pabon we saw do a wall ride through the tri-oval section, just missing the flag stand by inches.
Yeah, but as I said, there's a couple of bumps in unfortunate places around the corners of these tracks, and they have been known to catch a lot of drivers out and force them into a spin, so that could factor in, as well as just how slippy the track is as well.
One of the names that we just saw on screen making a return to the series this week after missing Darlington, Ray Black Jr. back with the crew again, and a little bit of contact going through 1 and 2. That looked like I believe that was a 65 as the red flags come out. And qualifying underway, so we're going to leave the standings up so you can watch live timing and scoring with us and see who ends up where. So
I'm guessing this is going to be normal service resumed for a certain Mr. Pataska, because
it's hard to bet against him. It really is. It's definitely hard to bet against Dallas.
But we'll see.
Unless it's in football, in which case, always bet against Dallas. Hoyo! Get your hate mail coming, folks.
I wouldn't know. I'm English, so unless you're talking about the soccer team, then that might be worth talking about.
Funniest thing ever. When you tell somebody that you're going to watch the Rangers Celtics game and they're playing football, to watch an American sports fan's head explode if they have no idea about football in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, because football is a game where you actually use your feet. We call it football, but you guys call it soccer, so
I prefer rugby, so we'll agree to disagree on that.
But we're in the UK and Ireland. We call it American football.
Yeah, actually, most of Europe calls it American football.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just different horses for different courses, I suppose.
So first few laps coming in. First, a few drivers taking time. Justin Lisby going to the top of the board. Steve Gothi, a 2 full tenths back. And that's, I guess Justin's laying down a lap there. 20.432 unofficial track record for Justin tonight. Announcing his return to the league with authority.
Yeah, it's like he never left.
I know, right?
Ronnie Osmus put a time in that's put him in the top 5, well, temporarily until Dallas came along.
And there it goes.
20 thousandths of a second ahead of Justin Lisenby. So that's pretty close. As close as I thought, to be fair.
Again, unofficial track record for Dallas Pataska, 20.412. Justin Lisby, Steve Gauthier, Robert Hill Jr., Michael Jeans, Ronnie Osmer, Chris Gutierrez, Frank Ekman, and Brent Kuhl and Francois Pelletier rounding out your top 10 currently. Pelletier and Ray Black Jr. Going 10th and 11th quick respectively. That's going to be something to keep an eye on because while they are friends off the track, no love lost between those two while they're on the track in the cars.
Oh, no. Those two will go at each other's throats tonight if push comes to shove.
Well, to be fair, it's I'm actually surprised that Ray Black's actually down there. He seems to be struggling a lot tonight in this on this track in these conditions. Hopefully he can make it up into the race, but he's certainly struggling in qualifying right now.
Well, the one thing I would also like to remind viewers is Ray Black Jr. is on probation because of some things that happened earlier in the season at Iowa, at Mid-Ohio, and Road America. So definitely something to keep an eye on with Black. And now the teammate's going to be starting. Oh, no, there it goes. They were going to be starting next to each other in 11th and 12th, but Casey Metzger, again, getting the call up from the AM Series earlier tonight due to the rain out last night. Getting the call up and making the most of it, going 6 quick. So definitely don't count out the Napa know-how number 8 when the green flag drops. So just about 50 seconds left in the qualifying session. So if you've got to use a little driver's room, I would suggest doing so now. Get yourself a nice cold beverage. Sit back and relax for the RTFT All-Star Racing League Dixieland 125. Now, Taylor, real quick before you go next door into the race control booth, what are going to be the segments tonight?
The segments tonight are going to be 30, 30, and 65. So it's going to be quite an interesting race for those 2 short segments of 30 laps and then progressing into that longer 65. Don't be surprised if we do see some pit stops in the 65-lap session if we either have a caution or maybe even a green flag pit stop.
My money's on the caution.
Of course.
Yeah.
After what I saw during hot lap session, there was tempers flaring during the hot lap session. We even had an Allen Iverson moment. For those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, it was the practice comments from Mr. Iverson that were brought to mind here.
While the guys are grading up, I'm going to call out the top 10 point standings as I usually do, as for the past couple of weeks. Sitting in first place, as it has been for the past few weeks now, is Dallas Pataska with 409 points, 20 points back. In second place is Ronnie Osmer with 389 points. Francois Pelletier in third now with 337 points. Steve Gauthier in fourth with 321 points. Dustin Ping in fifth with 303. Tied with him in fifth place is Ray Black Jr. also with 303. Seventh place is Samuel Harris, but he's withdrawn from the series now, as far as I've been told. So he will not factor into anymore. But he's for the moment he's in seventh place with 295 points. Jonathan Medeiros is in eighth place, but he will be taking over Samuel Harris's place. But and with 276 points. In ninth place is David Bigger with 261. And rounding out your top 10 in the point standings is Zach Brew with 258 points.
All right. Thanks, Sam. As I believe our third partner in crime, Mr. Kevin Paskowicz, is, according to the GPS unit, his car just hit the parking lot.
Well, that kind of makes up for it, I suppose.
More or less, Tony.
Yeah,
a little bit of trouble logging in, but other than
with
that,
us as always. Right, shall I call out the top 10 of the grid, and you call out the second half?
You go ahead and call out the entire grid because I'm going to be working on. Apparently, the credentials are wrong at the gate, and we need to get KP in here somehow.
You brought the wrong card again. Anyway. Here is your field for tonight's race as we're getting ready to go green. On the front row, we have Dallas Pataska and Justin Lisenby. Row 2 will be Dustin Dean and Steve Gauthier. Row 3 will be Robert Hill Jr. and Casey Metzger. Row 4 will be Michael Jeans and Ronnie Osmer. Rounding out your top 10 will be Chris Gutierrez and Frank Ekman. Row 6 will be Brent Kuhl and Francois Pelletier. Row 7 will be Ray Black Jr. and Dustin Ping. Andy DeLay and Taylor Lane round out row 8. Taylor Lane taking the last car, taking time. Jonathan Medeiros and Jose Pabon taking row 9. Row 10 will be John King and Zach Brew. Row 11 will be Butch Frazier and, well, actually, it's just Butch Frazier. He's starting shotgun on the field, which will round out your field of 21 cars.
All right, thanks, Sam. Working on getting KP into the booth now. We're still fighting with security. We're just trying to get him in here as quickly as possible. I think I see him walking through the door now. There he is.
Yay! He made it through the gate.
Get your headset on and move your mic a little closer to your mouth, bud. As pace car getting ready to turn off here as 30 laps the first segment, and no real surprise there. Dallas Pataska up on point.
Yeah, but he's going to have a bit more of a challenge this week with Justin Lisenby just 20,000th of a second behind him in second.
No love lost between those two either. They will be fighting tooth and nail in this virtually twin Chevy Camaros up on the point.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be an interesting race.
Got to deal with a couple of Toyotas right behind him too, so something to keep an eye on.
Let's not forget, Dallas is angry after having that win stolen last week. So pace car is off.
Green.
It's holding him down. And away we go.
Green flag comes out. Lisenby gets a little bit of a jump. Pataska with a short way around, though, is going to lead him into turn number 1. Lisenby still working that high side. He's got the 21 of Dustin Dean on his inside. Finally gets the clear off of 2. And this is kind of what we... Whoa!
Oh, my days.
Lisenby almost loses it coming off of turn number 2. Collects it, drops down to 9th. So tough break
Still
there for Lisenby.
Bit of rust hanging around there on this car.
A little bit. But Dallas Pataska currently 3/10 to the good over Dustin Dean. Robert Hill Jr. dealing handily right now. Gauthier's moved up. As Trading Paints just pooed the bet on me.
Yellow.
And let's see who died. Frenchie. Frenchie, what are you doing to me, kid? Let's back that up and take a look and see what did happen. Just
spun it all by himself.
Stepped on his crank coming off of 2. Didn't hit anything though, so that's a plus in itself.
Well, he didn't hit the wall, but he just rested it on the wall. So
it didn't even look like he touched it from the camera angle I just had.
It's like it literally didn't like hit the wall. It literally just rested on it, so it wouldn't have caused any damage whatsoever. So
fair enough. But caution number 1 coming out on currently working lap 4, so that comes out at the tail end of lap 3. Single car spin and 20 cars taking the grid on this one. Isaiah Dupree, John King, and no, that's you and me. So Isaiah Dupree and John King failing to take time and putting them right back on the trailer. Not happy with the setups. So something to keep an eye on. Frenchie's taking it pit side already.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised that John King didn't take the green flag tonight because he's been having such a good run lately.
He has, but if you saw what I saw earlier in practice before you got on, you'll understand.
Yeah. I can deal with that. But yeah, Dallas Pataska getting off to a good start so far tonight. As I keep saying, still angry after having that win stolen last week. So he's going to be out to prove a point tonight that he can actually dominate a race, and hopefully he won't walk away with it too much.
I was just let you guys know I got my ears on. I think I got everything set up, and we're here ready to work with you.
Well, that's a good thing, KP. You're in the session, I'm assuming?
Yep. So
cool.
just in time to not see Frenchie go around. I'm going to shake that man when I see him.
I think I went to high school with that kid. Just in time.
Oh.
Yeah. Get your hate mail coming, folks.
He went there.
It's like me in every appointment either. It's with just in time.
And it looks like we got a little bit of a crinkle on... Who is that? No?
I know Ronnie Osmer brushed the wall at some point. Just after
Frank
Lisenby hit the
Ackerman
wall.
in the Marty Robbins tribute car, starting to look like half of a pavement modified with the right side of that car just caved right in.
Well, you got to expect that at this point of his RTFT career. I mean, this is his first race, so he's got to be feeling that car and making sure it's getting around okay. But he's not got off to a good start so far with hitting the wall there. So just hope he can keep it out the wall for the remainder.
One car that's definitely looking clean is the number 9 of Dustin Ping. Rocking the blue and gold right now, and that's all we're gonna really say about that because they're not paying for the broadcast, so they do pay my 9 to 5 salary.
Actually impressed with the number 8 car. I'm really digging that paint job tonight. The old
I can't see it.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. throwback, the old AC Delco.
Yeah, and for some odd reason, Trading Paints is hating me tonight, so one of the cars I definitely wanted to see the paint scheme of, I can't. So, lights are out on the pace car, field forming up 2x2, Dallas Pataska, Dustin Dean, Robert Hill Jr., Casey Metzger, Steve Gauthier, Justin Lisenby, Ronnie Osmer, Brent Cool, Frank Ekman, and Dustin Ping rounding out your top 10 as green flag comes out. And Pataska, wasting no time this time, just buries the throttle, and we are side by side for second. Hill Jr. with the line. Got the clear coming off of 2. Robert Hill Jr. up into second. Gauthier working the inside of Metzger right now.
Oh, the old Fuger's around, guys. The old Four's around.
No caution, though.
Oh,
That's Brent Cool. Put to the back of the field after a spin.
And I think the 2 car might have gotten a little piece of that. Somebody just clipped his rear end as he was coming to a stop.
As the 21 slips high, almost eats the wall. That's your battle for third right now. Steve Gauthier has it. Metzger wants it.
Oh,
Ronnie.
Oscar.
No, he didn't hit a thing.
Not yet. There he goes.
Oh, it hit the wall. He hit the wall. He reversed into the wall.
Let's see what happened here. He was doing that during practice and could not save it. There he goes. Almost collects the Marty Robbins tribute car. But, yeah, Ronnie, Richmond is not in Tokyo, bud. So cut that stuff out.
It looks cool, but doesn't get you around the racetrack very fast.
True story. And just for reference, Ronnie did not go to the Layla Wilson School of Drift Driving, though we should probably send him before the next session. So currently working lap 12 of 30 for this first segment. Dallas Pataska continuing to show the way, still clean. Robert Hill Jr. currently sitting in second in that Haviland Ford Mustang. Again, very clean-looking car. Steve Gauthier running door-to-door with Casey Metzger. Both those cars still looking clean, although Metzger looks like he may have backed into a telephone pole at least once tonight. And I'm guessing Justin Lisenby may or may not have had something to do with that, considering that he's probably still pissed off after what happened on lap 1.
I'm thinking Zach Brew's got an EOL or something because he's very slow on the bottom line. Oh, now he's getting up to speed.
There you go. I'm listening to Team Communications guys, and he just had a screen issue. His screen just went black on him.
Oh, no.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So it looks like an exciting race so far, guys.
So far, so good. Usual suspects up towards the front of the field: Dallas Pataska, Robert Hill Jr., Steve Gauthier, Casey Metzger. The only one not normally, actually, Metzger and Ekman both getting the call up tonight from the AM series, which again got rained out last night, so they ran it just before this race tonight. Both those guys getting the call ups, and both of them making the most of it. Currently sitting in the top 10, with Metzger in 4th and Ekman in 7th.
Well, that's a good debut for those guys. Hopefully they can keep it straight and get a good first finish out of this.
Yes. Although I would like to point out that Ekman in the Marty Robbins tribute car, Turkey Hill Farms number 50, does have a little bit of damage on the right front. So I'm guessing he did make contact with the wall at least once so far.
And another driver making his debut tonight. I don't know if you noticed, guys, but the number 25, Andy DeLay, he joined us in the booth a few weeks back, but he's making his debut on the track tonight in the Pro Series.
Yes, he is. We take a look at DeLay's car right now. Again, another clean car. However, if you look at who's behind Andy, I don't think he's going to be sitting 16th much longer. Michael Jeans is never one to count out.
Well, he definitely wasn't one to count out last week when he stole that win from Dallas Pataska. So sitting back there in 17th, so he can get that back easily. He proved that last week.
That pit strategy playing out perfectly last week, but Pataska currently showing the way. Little bit of damage on the rear end of Robert Hill Jr.'s number 95, but the rest of the car looks pretty clean. As lights are out on the pace car field, makes its way down the back straightaway, and pace car going to make that hard left turn onto pit road, and then it is in Pataska's hands as they work their way through the 3-4 complex. Pace car's in, and Pataska drops the hammer, just buries it.
I mean, that seems to be his MO, guys. He seems, excuse me, the second that pace car comes out, or second that pace car drops, he's gone. I've noticed that watching him the last couple of weeks, and it seems to work well for him.
As we watch Lisenby tag the wall coming out of turn number 2, still stay clean and green. He keeps it straight. Did lose a couple of spots, though. Or did lose a spot, I should say. Casey Metzger got back by him. As we're currently watching the battle for second right now.
Dustin Dean is slowly falling back through the field. He's just dropped out of the top 5 now. And he's being chased by Frank Ekman now. So
as Gauthier gets under Robert Hill Jr., and here comes Metzger. Metzger not afraid to mix it up. So definitely props to the rookie getting the call up a little while ago. Now he's got to deal with Justin Lisenby right on his back bumper.
And guys, Jonathan Medeiros, no, not Jonathan Medeiros, I'm sorry, the 32 car.
Taylor Lane.
Taylor Lane, he just lost it off of 2 and saved it, but I think he might lose 1 or 2 spots here.
Yeah, he nearly took Jonathan Medeiros and Ray Black Jr. with him, though, in the process. So lucky for him, he didn't make any contact with him, and he's actually kept it going in front of those guys. So
yeah, that was an impressive save.
Oh, Ray Black Jr.'s around, and there's a caution out. Spun it all by himself by the looks of things.
Well, he's got Ronnie Osmond, who's inside as they go into turn number 3. And Ray is right where that bump is, and there it goes. The bump caught him. Gets it locked down. Everybody taking defensive action to get the heck away from him. Good save, Ray. And we are back under caution on lap 22 of 30 for this first segment. Dallas Pataska starting up on the pole, leading every second so far.
And we're coming close to the end of the first stage as well. We're on lap 22. So this next run, plus possibly another caution, might actually end the first stage.
I dare say next caution ends the stage, regardless.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because they'll throw a caution anyway, but, you know.
Right. But
what happened to Robert Hill Jr.? Because he's fallen to 6th.
He was stuck up on the high line for about 10 laps.
Oh, right. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the back of the field. That's how I caught Ray Black.
Yeah, Gauthier got underneath him. Metzger followed him. Lisenby followed him. Dustin Dean followed him, and Robert Hill Jr. just got freight trained He was on the high side, and that's not where you want to be here at Richmond, especially with that turn 2 wall coming up as quick as it does.
Yeah, and Brent Cool getting the lucky dog right now.
Only other car a lap down, or actually only car a lap down, so that's going to put all 20 cars back on the lead lap. So,
I mean, at this stage of the race, for all cars to be on the lead lap, that's pretty damn impressive.
especially for we've all been at Richmond. We know that it races smaller than it actually is. It's 3/4 of a mile, but it races more like a 5/8 to a half mile.
I don't know. I've seen Richmond more from a bird's eye view than a ground level view. So,
Well,
you've seen it from a bird's eye view when you launched a car into the infield and took out a 1982 Ford Taurus with a Pro Mazda, I might add.
But and depending on the type of car too, guys, you can. I've heard this place also referred to as like the world's smallest super speedway, because you can, depending on the series, run both lanes, and of course with the Tour Modifieds or with the Pro Mazda's draft, the draft comes in big. So it's really a very unique racetrack in that regard. That for these big heavy cars, it's more of a short track, but depending on what you're running, this track takes on a whole different personality.
Now, you mentioned the modifieds, KP, and I would like to point out that the Paskey Sports Chump Car, I'm sorry, not Chump Car, Race of Champions SK Modified Tour will be at Lanier this coming Thursday. And again, if you're interested in any of the action that we talk about, go ahead and just drop a comment below with your iRacing name, and we'll get it passed on to the appropriate powers that be.
Yeah, we're really excited about that series. Of course, 3 races into our new season and 3 different winners. So I don't know of many series that have accomplished that. So
I finished 4th at Phoenix. I'm happy with that.
You did. I might add, Sam, that you are definitely, even though you're British by nature, you are redneck by choice, and modified seemed to be your calling.
Well, I did have to turn my teammate to do it, but
Well, you turned 2 of us to do it, and I would like to point out that 2 members of Team Phenomenal Motorsports finished. Actually, 3 members of Team Phenomenal Motorsports finished in the top 6. One finished. All of them finished in the top 10 of that event.
Yeah, the other car that I turned was actually Cody Eldred. So
yeah,
but that
I almost ate his car. As we are ready to go back to green, here we go. Pataska wasting no time. Gauthier going with him, side by side. Metzger and Lisenby.
Oh God, Pataska's gone already.
Yes, but look at this battle for second as Metzger to the inside. Going to let Gauthier go, but side by side with Lisenby, that's your battle for third. I mean, these guys are just door handle to door handle.
Oh, Butch Frazier and Jonathan Medeiros both spinning.
I don't think either one of them hit anything, though.
I was going to say, it doesn't look like Frazier hit anything yet.
Medeiros just looped it in the grass and kept going.
And Frazier had help. Let's back that up a little bit. Watch behind Frazier as we're in the replay right now. You see Medeiros, or that's
Ray Black Jr. giving him the chrome horn.
Yeah, and Jose Pabon almost getting caught up in that one.
So Ray Black Jr. is not a happy guy out there. He's already throwing his weight around by the looks of things.
And what'd you say happened to Medeiros? Oh, yeah, there it goes.
Yep.
Just through the grass. That's what we saw a lot of cars doing during hot lap session. Just skating the car off of turn 4, and
a lot of takers on pit road right now.
A lot of takers. That's going to hand Medeiros the lead.
Yeah.
Is that the segment? That's the segment.
Yeah, that's the segment.
Yeah, so Dallas Pataska does win segment number 1. It was just called From Race Control. So there you go, guys. Segment 1 in the books.
And looking at the
Madeira's
battle off
taking a
pit
pit side.
road,
That puts Ping in the lead now with Ronnie Osmer second.
it does put Ping in the league. Ping has not pit yet. Osmer pit after that spin he had earlier, but has not been back down on pit road yet. Pataska winning the battle off pit road. Metzger coming out in second. So good on the rookie there. Steve Gauthier third off pit road. Lisenby fourth, and Dustin Dean going fifth off pit road. Again, Dustin Ping, Ronnie Osmer, Ray Black Jr., and Andy DeLay not going down pit road this time.
I just want to point out, guys, we're going to have Ray Black and Ronnie restarting right next to each other, and those two have a little bit of a history.
Well, they were together when Ray Black spun, so...
Yes, but there was no contact that time.
Yes. That time.
But the question is, Ronnie is like an elephant, and he's still young enough to not have killed many brain cells yet. So I'm wondering if he gets the opportunity, if there will be a little bit of payback from Mid-Ohio.
I don't know. Talking to Ronnie, he's a very level-headed kid. I think he understands, when to act versus when not to act, and I imagine he might just let it slide, maybe.
Well, we'll see. But now, mind you, those of you tuning in who don't know about the driver of the 55, when we call Ronnie a kid, we're not joking. He's not even 18 yet. 17 years old, driving a super late model in real life. He's got an ARCA development ride with a couple of different teams. So definitely a name to keep an eye out for in the coming years.
He drove a dirt late model the weekend, so...
It was a mini late model. A mini late.
Yeah.
Those basically have it's like a dirt late model version of a Legends car, for lack of a better analogy.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, more or less. I think they run the Toyota engines instead of the motorcycle. But other than that, yes.
But Dustin Ping getting ready to lead him back to green here. Two blue cars up on the point, and here we go. We are back live, and Ray Black Jr., discretion being the better part of valor. Ronnie Osmer throwing the block going through the tri-oval.
Oh, and they're 3 wide going into 1, guys.
Steve Gauthier and Metzger going at it.
Oh, man, I did not think you could do that here, but they just did it, and everyone got away clean.
Wait, we're gonna have... Oh, no! 21's around us, Dustin Dean.
And if he'd stop falling down there he goes. Not a happy camper. Let's take a look at what happened there. Just tried to keep it low and didn't hit anybody. That's wow. So I'm thinking a little mad at oneself there. Cold tires might be the culprit there with the 21 looping it. So Dustin Ping continues to show the way. We're back under caution. Ronnie Osmer sitting in second. Ray Black Jr. in third. Dallas Pataska up to fourth. Steve Gauthier fifth. Casey Metzger sixth. Lisenby in second. Ekman in eighth. Brew ninth. And Robert Hill Jr. rounding out your top 10. As Ping taking it pit side.
No,
or not.
Nope, maybe not.
Yeah, Dustin Dean was very lucky to spin the way he did, because I don't know if you noticed, but he actually tried to save it, and he was very, very, very lucky it didn't snap right into the wall.
This is very true, and I think he has had enough seat time in this car to realize that if he had tried to drift it, the chances of him going, headlong into the safer barriers would have been inevitable. So, good on him for just, taking the spin and dealing with that as
I think the only thing these cars don't like more than trying to turn right is trying to turn left in a slide. So it's once these cars break loose, it's very hard to try and gather it up.
There's only one car in this entire sim that I've seen that's more difficult to gather up when it gets sideways, and that is the Pavement Modified. Speaking of modifieds, for you modified fans, don't forget that tomorrow afternoon at roughly 5 p.m. Eastern Time, the Dirt Car UMP Modified comes out. So chances are, if you have trouble logging in tomorrow, the servers are going to be jammed because, if I'm not mistaken, Sam, correct me if I'm wrong, we're getting the Rallycross car, a Rallycross track, Dirt Lanier, Snetterton, and the Dirt Modified tomorrow. So 5 major releases, and I believe there's also the Ferrari coming out tomorrow? No.
There is a GT3 car coming out tomorrow.
It's
the Ferrari GT3 car.
That's what it is. The Ferrari GT3 coming out tomorrow too. So 6 major downloads coming, plus whatever.
Most of those things are free as well, which is going to be amazing. I mean,
Snetterton's going to be free.
No, that's a paid one.
Okay, no, that's a paid track. But the Rallycross car is going to be free.
Yeah, the
Lanier is going to be free.
I have an update on the Rallycross, guys.
Yes, sir.
So actually, press release this afternoon through iRacing. The Rallycross car and Rallycross tracks will not be released this build. They're going to release them mid-season. They're going to release them mid-season sometime between now and December. That was was released from the official iRacing social media outlets a little earlier today.
Which means that that'll be our Christmas gift from iRacing.
Oh, the amount of stuff that's coming out already, you'd think it's Christmas already.
Well, like I told my supervisor, I said, John, I'm going to be taking a half day on Wednesday. I'll show up about 1:30 and cover lunches. He goes, "What's going on?" I said, "Dirt Modifieds come out Tuesday, so I'm not going to get any sleep." Oh, okay. I said, so I'll set an alarm for about noon, because I figure I'll pass out at the wheel. Field getting ready to go live. And Ping wasting no time dropping the hammer. Ray Black Jr. getting a great jump. Ronnie Osmer shuffled back to third right now. Black Jr. for the lead, just bombs it into one. Can he make it stick? Here comes Osmer. Osmer gets to clear as well.
Pataska's coming as well. He's putting the move on Dustin Ping on the outside. Can he make it stick? Yeah, he gets the clear. What a move from Dallas Pataska.
3 wide.
I wonder if that 9 car, guys, he just didn't hook up on that start.
I think he does have the oldest tires on the track with 41 laps in.
Yeah, he's got no video left on those tires.
Here comes Casey Metzger on the inside, and there goes the 31. That's Lisenby. No caution.
No caution.
Wow, that's a shocker.
He crashed on the infield, so...
Let's take a look at what happened there. Just gets it crossed up, gets out of the racing line, and no caution. No harm, no foul, as Ray Black Jr. continues to show the way. Pataska working on Osmer right now. There is first and second in points, battling for second on the track.
Dirt tracking it. Oh, he saved it. What a save.
Actually, that's first, second, and third, if I'm not mistaken, with...
And Black bobbled guys, and he's going to drop back now. All kinds of changes at the front.
This is pretty... Oh, and Butch Frazier's going right again, and the 22. Oh, my goodness me.
Well, Frazier hit something that time.
The 22 went round as well, which is...
Let's see what happened with Frazier here. Had a little bit of help. Michael Jeans bombing it in there. The 22 Gutierrez looks like he locked him down to try to avoid just destroying Frazier. Saw it coming. You see him there in the background. Turns it in. Sees Frazier get hit and just locks it right down. Doesn't even doesn't even flinch, just locks it down, making sure he doesn't catch Frazier.
Yeah, somebody needs to have a word with Robert Hill Jr. He's texting and driving at the same time. He just wrote on the live chat, Vroom, hard to drive and type. I said, that's bad for you. Stop it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Robert Hill, stop driving and texting. It's bad for your health.
So Dallas Pataska back up on point.
Guys, that was I mean, granted, most of those cars in front of him, they had older tires, but that was still an impressive drive. I think he went, like 7th or 8th to 1st in just a handful of laps.
Yeah. 7th to 1st in less than 10 laps.
Ronnie's in trouble right now. He's on older tires and he's got Pataska in front of him. I don't think he's going to be able to get him on this restart.
Of the top 5, Ronnie Osmer has the oldest tires. The oldest tires on the track, though, are currently with the number 9 of Dustin Ping at 46 laps in.
My guess, guys, Ronnie's not running that much worse than these guys if he can keep it straight. I'm willing to bet his strategy is just stay in the top 5 for that track position through the end of the second segment, and then pit with these guys and, race hard from there.
I don't know. I think Gauthier's going to absolutely jump him on this restart.
Ronnie Osmer's got to basically anticipate the start to have any chance of staying with Pataska. And then he's got to make that 55 as wide as he possibly can to stay in front. And I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
That's 64. And the 07 will all be coming because they're all on the inside line, and that's the faster line around here.
Very true, and if you take a look, Casey Metzger only 18 laps on his tires, so he's going to have the entire top 5 to deal with.
Oh yeah. I think Ronnie Ronnie and Dustin Ping, they both made big mistakes staying out for this caution, in my opinion.
Potato at this point.
I think as hard as these other cars drive with these. As hard as these guys drive, I think Hosmer has a good shot. He saves tires very, very well in these cars, and I think he might be able to hold it off and let these other cars with the tires equal up. And I imagine that might be part of his strategy.
Well, if the lights don't go out on the pace car this time, we are going to grab Ronnie and bring him down. So, actually, we do have time. We're going to bring Ronnie down into the broadcast booth real quick.
User was moved to your channel.
Ronnie Osmer, Tony up in the booth. You got me, sir?
Yes, sir.
So, are you regretting... We'll let you go real quick here. Are you regretting not pitting under that last caution?
I can tell you at the end of stage 2.
Fair enough. We'll let you get back up to it, sir. Good luck on this, the remainder of the stage.
User was
As looks like the field is formed up here going down the backstretch, getting ready to go into 3, and we're going to get some green flag racing, I hope.
Hopefully. But I think even with the cautions that are coming out, it's been entertaining so far.
And here we go. Pataska not wasting any time. Osmer anticipating going with him. Gauthier having to deal with Metzger on the high side right now. As Gauthier works to the inside of Osmer. Osmer able to keep the momentum up on the high side. And there it goes.
And
I told him
he
to
got
stop
a little
texting
help,
and driving.
guys. Robert Hill Jr., he had some help.
Let's take a look at the replay. No, well, to finish it, yes, but he was completely crossed up before the 05 got into him.
I'm going to say he started it himself, but he didn't finish it.
Yeah, Zach Brew kind of having nowhere to go. Had a car at his high side, just, squint your eyes, grit your teeth, and hold on to the steering wheel tight, as it's going to have impact. But bringing out the caution again, working lap 51 of 60 for this current segment.
I want to point out, guys, Ronnie Osmer held off that charge and is still in second.
Yeah, that was a masterful job keeping it wound up on the high side, finding where that car needed to be to maintain second. So good on Osmer there. Gauthier gave him everything he wanted, though. I'll tell you that much.
Do you want to bring someone in to interview them? Possibly Dallas, if you want to.
Yeah, go ahead. Grab him. I'm not seeing where he is right now. There he is.
Pass with the wheel.
Dallas Pataska, Tony up in the booth, sir. You got me.
Yeah, how you doing?
So, 7th back to first in less than 10 laps. How's the car feeling to you tonight, sir?
Car's a little sketchy tonight. It's starting to tighten up as the track gets a little more rubber on it, which is nice, but it's still quite a bit of a handful. We can't really drive the car. It's more or less just putting it around the track and hoping you don't get loose. But I got good speed. I think I can come home with a win again tonight. Hopefully I don't have some bad luck like last week at Darlington. But either way, it's looking like another good point tonight.
So you have taken new tires. How big of a difference are there between the 30-lap tires and the new tires?
It's hard to tell because we haven't had a lot of green flag running yet, unfortunately. Depending on track position and what the car is doing, I don't think it'll be as big of a difference as it might be with a more stable setup. But with how much we got to back off with these sets, or the set that we got tonight, it doesn't affect the tires as much as one might think, unless you're getting loose all the time and burning the right side off the car. But the new tires are faster, of course, but I think you can skate by with some older tires if need be.
Now, we were hearing drivers complain during the hot lap session that it was dump truck push in turn 1 and 2, and it was skating on ice loose coming off of 3 and 4.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you're wrong about that, but I feel like a lot of that is driver-based because you can tell who drives a lot of short track stuff, late models, super lates, because they're the ones who are probably excelling here. I say that from experience because I love running those cars, and if you're good with the brake, you're going to be good at short tracks because it's a lot more important than just stopping the car and turning the corner. So I'd say I got a little trick up my sleeve with having to know how to use the brake and whatnot, but yeah, they're not completely in the wrong by saying that.
All right, sir. Notice the lights are out on the pace car. We'll let you get back down into the team speak room with the rest of your crew, and good luck in the rest of the race.
Thank you, guys.
So there we heard it. Dallas telling us that it's definitely going to be a short tracker's night tonight, and judging by that, you got Dallas, Ronnie, Ray Black Jr. all running up towards the front, as Osmer under attack right now from two fronts. Gauthier and Ray Black Jr. really going after him.
Frank Heckman up there in the top 5 as well. What a run he's having so far.
Both the rookies.
Oh, yeah. No, just as I say that.
Yellow.
And so you can...
oh, not another one.
Frank, you can...
Frank, we'll give you Sam's address.
Yeah, it's P.O. Box OU812, care of Dublin, Ohio, as opposed to Dublin, Ireland, where everybody thinks he's from.
So KP's going to set up another GoFundMe saying
well,
to meet.
If you look, he had some help from the 21. It was a double whammy there, and the 21, Dustin Dean, catching himself into the wall there with that one.
I'm actually looking for grants right now. I think we can actually make this a grant-funded program to send drivers that Sam jinxes over to kick his backside.
And I dare say that that's probably going to do the segment, boys. We're working lap 58 of 60.
Right, let's bring down another driver soon as we've got time.
That's all you, Sam. I'll let you grab whoever you want to choose.
I'm going to grab Robert Hill Jr. to explain why he keeps texting and driving.
All right, fair enough.
User was moved to your channel.
There you go.
Robert Hill Jr., Tony up in the booth. You got me, sir.
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
So explain to us the whole breaking the law with texting while driving deal.
Just trying to communicate with the fans, see what's up.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But how's the car feeling on the whooped tires right now?
It feels a little icy, I'm Canadian though, so I'm used to it. It's not too bad.
So I have to ask.
KP,
so I
don't
have
forget
to
your
ask-
push to talk button.
Yes. So I have to ask, Robert. Did the texting and driving in any way affect your little spin we saw, or was it the cause of that little spin we saw off of turn 2 with you a few laps ago?
I just got on the gas too soon, and somebody got into the back of me. I don't know who it was, and around I went.
It was me distracting him on YouTube.
Probably.
Okay, so just so you know, we are starting GoFundMe pages for all the drivers that Sam jinxes, you being one of them. So just go ahead and drop a comment with your PayPal address, and people can send money to buy you a plane ticket to fly over to Ireland to use Sam as Sam's junk as a speed bag.
Fantastic. That sounds like a good time.
I've already got Frenchie and a few others after me. God.
Oh, perfect. We'll just take Ray's private jet.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could just charter Ray's jet and just have like a big party and string Sam up and okay, who's first? And draw straws.
Great.
That would be a great time.
And then make
Looking forward to that.
make Sam buy the Guinness.
Of course.
I can't stand Guinness.
You've heard it here first, folks. Somebody who lives in
Blasphemy.
Ireland can't
Blasphemy.
stand Guinness.
That's crazy.
All right. Good luck in the rest of the race, and may you have better luck in the third segment than you did in the first two, sir.
Thank you, guys. See you at the end.
Good luck.
So Robert Hill Jr.
Arrow.
Joining us there as
I'm gonna have a whole gang of drivers coming after me now because of you two.
well, I think right now we're up to 7.
That was the
Yeah.
point, Sam.
So depending on how big Ray Black Jr.'s jet is, we may have to charter a second jet to get the rest of the drivers over there. As the lights go out on the pace car, end of segment 2, Dallas Pataska, Ronnie Osmer, Steve Gauthier, Ray Black Jr., Zach Brew, Dustin Ping, Francois Pelletier. I'm not live. And
It wouldn't be
Osmer yeah, exactly. Shut up. And Gauthier to the inside of Osmer. Osmer almost eating the wall coming off at 2. Gauthier up into second. Osmer back to third. Now has to deal with Ray Black Jr.
I'm thinking Osborne needs to start thinking about pit road soon. I mean,
Oh.
when Brent calls that round again and gets collected by Dustin Dean.
Yeah, that car definitely looks like it backed into something. Let's see what happened.
Let's go to the video replay.
Roll that beautiful wow bean footage. That was a shot. Let's see that again. Looks
Yeah,
like he
just
may have had a
didn't get
little bit of help from Casey Metzger there to get him a little bit loose. And the 21 of Dean having nowhere to go just blasts him in the driver's door.
Dustin Dean got him big time. I mean, if Dustin hasn't got a damaged engine from that, I'll be very surprised.
Not smoking yet. So yet another charity car out on the track as we're watching the 004 of Brent Cool
Leaders to pit road, guys.
drive
So
to drive for diabetes awareness. So good on you, Brent. There, getting some screen time for him. Not the way you probably would have hoped, but any publicity is good publicity. So a lot of cars taking it down pit road this time. That's going to hand the lead over to Ray Black Jr. 42 laps currently on his stint. Looks like he's looking to get that bonus point for leading a lap here.
Dallas Pataska winning the race off pit road.
Coming out in 12th. So everybody who was behind him Pataska, Gauthier, Osmer finally taking it down pit road. Zach Rue, Dustin Ping, Gutierrez, Michael Jeans, Dustin Dean, and Justin Lisenby all going down pit road. Ray Black. Go ahead.
Sorry. Looking's in the top 5. I'm not going to say any names, but, you know.
Yeah.
He's already going to kill me as it is. So.
Don't say it. Just we're going to not say it.
Yeah, Sam.
Don't say it.
Be quiet.
But you see,
he's already going to kill me.
All we're going to say is you can see him in the shot live on screen. And that's all we're going to say. And it's not that car, folks. Not the car that's center of the screen. It's one of the other cars in the screen that we're not going to say it.
And I just want to say, it's one of those drivers that has me luck. And Sam,
me luck.
He's an inspiration to me after last week's run, so don't jinx it.
Yeah, definitely. And let's just say that Danica Patrick has this type of luck on a regular basis.
This is why I said earlier between our private chat that I want to change my number to the 00 of Colchester. I don't want Danica's number anymore.
Coward.
That kind of makes me want to change my number to the 08 so I can spin you out all the time.
Ouch. Ouch.
Wow.
That escalated quickly.
I'll change my name. I can't change my number to the 1 of Elliot. I can't change my number to... What number is Elliot Sadler?
He's number 1.
Yeah, I can't change my number to that. So that's pointless.
Well, we could just put a giant middle finger on the back of your car.
That could work.
Yeah, I know,
I
right?
like that idea. Yeah.
Although that does go against the iRacing TOS. Anyways, drivers that chose to stay out: Ray Black Jr., Jonathan Medeiros, Taylor Lane, he who shall not be named until post-race when we interview him with the win. Then Jose Pabon, Butch Frazier, Robert Hill Jr., Casey Metzger, Frank Ekman, and Andy DeLay rounding out your top 10. Those cars did not pit. And in case you were doing the high-powered Gazintas, you'll notice that which car is he who shall not be named until he gets the victory. That's right, we're not going to say it.
Yes. We will say, though, that some of us up in the booth are pulling for you.
Absolutely.
I've been issued with the gagging order. And away they go.
Green.
And Ray Black Jr. wasting no time just burying the throttle as Medeiros and Taylor Lane just going tooth and nail for second right now. Medeiros trying to get the crossover. And there goes Pabon.
But he
saves it.
held it together, guys.
4
Oh,
wide.
no, Ronnie.
Oh, and
Ronnie nearly
Osmer.
lost it. Another great save.
Good grief. These guys are really going after it. I got to give them credit for that. And who did we just lose?
55 to go at the line, guys.
We just lost somebody. Who did we lose? Or not.
Yeah.
Oh, Metzger's in the wall.
Oh, he tried to tear down the wall, guys. He just didn't hit it. He smacked that thing with authority.
Still no caution, though.
Bonk.
Yellow flag is out.
Yeah, yellow
that
flag's
is a
out
cool
now.
It was
And-
Ray Black, and they're still wrecking.
Ray Black
Oh.
Jr. eating the wall. Taylor Lane eating the wall. Good. That would be why Taylor's eating the wall. Oh! Good grief.
And
Lock
poor-
it down, kid. Lock it down.
Poor Ronnie Osmer. He looked like he was going to make it
Jesus.
through, and Pabon just spun right in front of him.
Okay, watch Taylor Lane on the. Go to the replay. Watch Taylor Lane from the start of that wreck and how many cars he hit. There it goes. That's number 7 that I'm counting. Not on. Good grief. That's what happens when you don't lock your foot down on the brake pedal and just let the car roll. That car looks like it just went 10 rounds with Mike Tyson and lost.
O'Connor McGregor, if that's...
I
He's speaking
counted
on modern
5.
times.
Unfortunately, counted 5 for that.
Well,
whole
did you
scenario.
count the car, Ray Black Jr.?
I did not count Ray Black Jr.
He Who Shall Not Be Named. And
May as well name him now. He's wrecked.
No. He's in the pits.
Not my fault this time. I didn't name him.
I didn't name him either, but Frenchie caught a piece of that one. Ray Black Jr. got a piece of that one.
Actually, I think it was a scheduled pit stop because his car looks clean.
The 50 caught a piece of that one. No, Frenchie caught a piece of him. The 50 caught a piece of him. The 27 caught a piece of him. Andy hit everything except the pace car on that wreck, and look who's back on point.
Yeah, that just gave Dallas a nice big early Christmas present right there.
Crime in Italy. So
Still
currently,
17
yeah, go ahead.
Still 17 cars on the lead lap though after that, which is strange.
Yes. So Andy DeLay catching a piece of that one. Dean catching a piece of that one. Lisenby catching a piece of that one. Metzger catching a piece of that one. Robert Hill Jr. catching a piece of that one. And Butch Frazier catching a piece of that one. And then you count Frenchie and Ray Black Jr. That's 7 cars.
I'm going to say it was almost might be easier to say who wasn't involved in this wreck.
Jonathan
we're not allowed
Medeiros.
to name him anymore because he's still in the top 10.
Yeah, Jonathan Medeiros is the only one that didn't catch a piece of him. And Ronnie Osmer did not catch a piece of him.
No, Osmer caught a piece of Pabon, I believe, down on the inside.
He did, but he did not catch a piece of Taylor Lane.
Small steps, I suppose.
Yes.
Baby steps. Baby steps.
Inspiration. What's that meme? Inspirational words. Try to say something nice. Baby steps. F you.
In order to win the race, first you must finish the race.
Yes.
And you just screwed that one up because it's in order to finish first you must finish.
That's the one.
Lights are out on the pace car. Dallas Pataska, Frank Ekman, Steve Gauthier, Zach Group, Brent Kuhl, Francois Pelletier, Jose Pabon, Chris Gutierrez, and Jonathan Medeiros rounding out your top 10. Oh, and Dustin Ping rounding out your top 10.
And guys, I want to give a shout out to Ekman. I mean, first race in this series, he has hit everything but the pace car
and the flag stand.
And the flag stand, and he's still sitting there in second.
And that green Ford Taurus that Sam replaced in the infield. But I
didn't replace it.
You got to give him props because he is running a Marty Robbins tribute scheme, and Marty always did do well south of the Mason-Dixon line at racetracks, especially short tracks.
I'm with green again.
Gauthier getting a great jump on the inside of Ekman. Ekman hanging tight on the high side as I'm hearing cars just go into dumpster fire mode.
I heard that too, but no caution. We're still green.
I don't have any idea who it was. Dustin Dean. No, he's still in the pits. Never mind. Butch Frazier. That's who it was. As we are currently watching these, the battle for second, third, fourth, and fifth really start to heat up with the three black cars behind Ekman. That's your battle for third, starting to really shape up now.
Oh, and the 04 around again, guys.
If he didn't have any luck, he'd had no luck at all. If he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. That's the one.
I think there are times where you just have to look at the track, look at the car, and go, all right, who wants to go get something to eat?
Yep, pretty much.
Oh.
Well, speaking of eating, he hasn't eaten the wall yet, so that's a good thing, I suppose.
Actually, he has, because if you take a look at the left rear fender of that car, that was not from another car. That was from wall contact earlier.
But for as many times as he's been around tonight, guys, I'm impressed that he hasn't hit more.
Yeah, he didn't get caught up in that melee in the last caution, so...
But again, you do have to give him props for running a diabetes awareness car, and like the windscreen on his, or the sun visor, I should say, on his car says, "Check, don't guess." Even if you don't think you're diabetic, just get your blood sugar checked. It's an easy test. Most doctors will do it without an extra charge when you go in for your checkups which you should be getting at least annually.
Very true. And I'll tell you, Tony, I mean, you have this experience as well as I do. Uh,
I am diabetic, so. And we lost
early
KP.
and to be proactive. Oh,
We did lose you for a second then, KP.
uh-oh.
No, you're back. You're back. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, like KP was
just-
saying, be proactive and
Yes.
don't screw around with your health, because I know I speak for the entire Beaufort Broadcasting Company when we say that we want all of you around to watch everything that we do.
Yes.
Everything.
We're greedy like that. We want you to watch these races with us, and as much smack as we talk about the drivers, talk smack with us. That's what the chat's for. Just keep it clean and keep it PG, at least PG-13 at the very worst. But
we want all of you guys to keep your hate mail coming to us for many, many years to come.
Absolutely.
So get this, check it out, and be proactive and be healthy.
And if you like the smack that we're talking about the drivers on the track right now, and you want us to talk smack about your driving, just drop a comment below with which one of the racing series you want to get involved with, be it the RTFT Allstar Pro Series that you're watching right now, with the Dixieland 125 here from Richmond, be it the Indy Speedway League, IR05, DW12, or Pro Mazda Series, or our newest addition to the family, which we're still working on the tape-delayed broadcasts of, the Paskey Sports Race of Champions SK Modified Tour. That takes place currently on Thursday nights, though we're looking for a new night in time for that one for the racing. But whichever series you think might interest you the most, go ahead and just drop a comment below with your iRacing name, and we'll pass it along to the powers that be in that series, and get you out on the track so we can talk smack about your driving as well. And while you're out on the track, you can talk smack about Sam's driving.
Yes.
Hey, I beat both of you on Thursday, so shut up.
Yeah, you only beat me because I couldn't get back to your bumper.
And you only beat me because you turned the car that was directly next to me, so I had to step on the gas, and I had to pit to change my underwear, because it was the first you say it, then you do it kind of moment.
Very much so, but I still beat you.
Semantics. Lights are out on the pace car right now. Dallas Pataska, Steve Gauthier, Frank Ekman, Francois Pelletier, Chris Gutierrez, Ronnie Osmer, Jose Pabon, Jonathan Medeiros, Dustin Ping, and Ray Black Jr. rounding out your top 10. As we are currently working lap 84 of 125. And pace car is getting ready to go in, and let's see if Gauthier's got anything for it. There he goes.
Green.
Wow.
No. Ekman's got Gauthier this time, and he's going to get past for second place.
Ekman with position. Can he keep it? Can he keep the speed up? Gauthier's got the line to keep it wound up. Let's see what happens on the back straightaway. Gauthier keeping it wound up on the high side. He's going to get the clear.
And the 22, guys.
Chris Gutierrez going round. He saved it.
How the
Another
hell
great
did he
save.
save
Oh,
that?
he saved it, but
Yellow.
Nope, he didn't save it.
Yeah, he
No.
stacked him up behind him.
That looks like
Let's-
Michael Jeans.
Let's see what happened there. Saves it, comes back up on track, and yep, Jeans having nowhere to go. That was Robert Hill Jr. getting into the back of Jeans and just blap, snap, see you bye.
Yeah, that was one of those accordion effect guys. He came back up into the racing line going much slower, and everyone had to check up, and somebody was going to get turned.
And to be fair, he should have kept that low until everybody passed him and then got going, but he obviously didn't have that kind of patience. So,
Well, I wonder, because sometimes if you do it, especially here at Richmond, I've noticed you kind of have to chase the car back up the racetrack, trying to keep it from spinning again. And I don't know if that's what was happening or not, but I'd be inclined to say he probably jumped back on the gas a little bit too hard, and he had to chase the car back up the track.
Well, as we're watching right now, Casey Metzger has front end damage. Robert Hill Jr. with front end damage. The 08 of
Michael Jeans.
Thank you. Michael Jeans with front end damage. Chris
He's got rear end
Gutierrez,
damage as well.
Chris, yeah, and rear end damage. Actually, the 8 has rear end damage too. Casey Metzger. Robert Hill Jr. getting the wave around. Apparently, getting the lucky dog.
Yeah, he was a lap down before that caution came out.
Yes, but he was involved in that caution. So I'm thinking that was a tower call, maybe, kind of, sort of.
No, it didn't come up on the chat that he was waved round. Speaking of text chat, I've just noticed on there that Justin Lisenby has put his car behind the wall now, so he's our first retirement of the night.
Coming much later than I assumed it would, guys. I mean, we've had a lot of action all the way around this racetrack. I figured a couple more guys would have turned it in before now.
Well, Dustin Dean is still running on track, but he's 17 laps down. So, and his car looks like it's hit a wall.
Been through a war.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking that the contact he had with the 004 earlier. Wow. That car looks like it hit a shark on the I-10 in Houston.
It hit something flat and just completely flattened the front end.
As I said, it looks like it hit the shark that was on the I-10 in Houston.
I don't know anything about that, so.
Yeah, there's a picture on one of the Houston news sites that their newscopter caught a picture of a shark swimming down the I-10.
Oh, is that because of the recent hurricane, or?
Yes, the flooding was that bad that there was an actual shark swimming down the I-10. Think about that for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. A shark, like with teeth with fins, swimming down a highway.
That's scary.
Throw it in, guys. So it's actually there's a species of shark. It's very common in North America, called the bull shark, which can swim in fresh water, and has been caught in rivers as far north as Cincinnati, Ohio. So it's not, it's not impossible for those of you guys out there who are going, this is bull. Nope, I'm calling bull. It is possible.
So 35 laps to go. Dallas Pataska showing the way. Gauthier on the outside. Ekman, Osmer, Pelletier, Medeiros, Pabon, Ping, Black Jr., and Delay your top 10 as we are going to be 34 laps to go when we take the green. This is when it gets good, ladies and gentlemen.
And away we go. He's holding him down this time.
Ekman was right on his ass.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ekman was looking for a jump, guys. He wanted to go, and Pataska still beats him.
And we're
there we go.
Gauthier, yeah.
Gauthier just got freight trained on the high side.
I think Gauthier got into the marbles because
that's what it looked like. Because he was 3 wide for a second there, and Osmer really forced the issue.
Oh, five's around, and there's another caution.
Good grief! Oh, buddy hits nothing.
Through. That's what most of the cautions have been like tonight.
You hit nothing. Anything. Good day, sir. No, actually, he caught the 8. The 8 helped that one.
I was going to say, it looked like I caught that one. I was watching the battle right in front of them, and it looked like there was a little bit of contact there.
So, Ekman with the Turkey Hill Farms Marty Robbins number 50 tribute car really making the most of this call-up tonight. We've said it a couple of times. He's been running top 10 most of the night. So
not bad for your debut, and Andy DeLay in the top 10 as well. So.
Absolutely, Andy DeLay back in the top 10. Good to see that. Ray Black Jr. back up into the top 10.
Yeah, so the rookie's having a good night tonight so far.
So far, Casey Metzger running top 15.
I think we just had some pit strategy here. Pataska dove for the pits. No one followed him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. He faked it. Yeah. Oh, from my angle, it looked like he didn't have time to turn out.
No, he just missed the commitment cone.
Yeah, but the money stops are still to come yet, so they will be coming around soon.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to be making it from here. especially with what they were saying as looks like the 21 getting the lucky dog there, getting one of his laps back.
With a
Just
flattened front
15
end.
more cautions to go.
So get your hate mail coming, folks. That's Kevin Paskowich, care of P.O. Box 8675309, Rosewood, Ohio. Send it in care of it. Send it in care of his wife. That's P.O. Box 8675309. Just address it to Jenny.
Oh, guys, I'm just gonna stop you there, man. I have two sisters who are both named Jenny.
Okay, send it in care of his sister named Jenny. That's P.O. Box 8675309, Rosewood, Ohio.
Oh dear.
Your sister, if I ever meet your sister, she's probably going to do to me what most of these drivers want to do to Sam.
Well,
Yay.
one is a professional single mother and the other one is a professional bodybuilder. So, yeah, they both would kill you. And that'd be kind of fun to watch, actually.
You have a sister who's a professional bodybuilder.
Yes, I have two stepsisters from different sides of the family. Both are named Jenny, and one is a professional bodybuilder, and the other one is a professional mother.
KP, you and I need to talk after this.
Getting back on point, guys. I mean,
because as your sister's killing me, I would like to at least buy her a drink first. Because I need the liquor in me.
But anyway, getting back on point, guys. The way the race is shaping out right now, there could be some championship implications involved. I mean, Dallas Pataska's sitting in first, and Ronnie Osmer's sitting there in third, so he'll be starting right behind him. So
the question is, if Osmer can get to the back bumper, now it's a big ask. If Ronnie can get to the back bumper of Dallas, are we going to see some Earnhardt action with the whole, I didn't mean to wreck him, I just meant to rattle his cage?
Well, there's only 20 points in the standings between them, so anything can happen between now and the final race of the season. So it's getting close to the end of the season as well. So it's go now, go home.
Speaking of final race of the season, congratulations to Tommy Sears for winning the Fulton Track Championship by finishing in second place Saturday night.
All right, guys, here we go. And I think Osmer's going to get Ekman, guys. Pataska's already gone.
Here comes Gauthier on the high side as well.
Oh, Ronnie's staying with him.
Wow, Osmer had a heck of a run off turn 2.
He had a great run through the 1-2 complex. 3-4 still with him.
Ekman's in the wall. Oh, no.
3 wide with Ray Black Jr. back there. Pavon getting a run to the inside. 3 wide coming off of turn 2.
Oh.
Good grief.
Ekman losing a ton of spots right there. Oh, and pings around.
Oh, and he gets drilled.
By the 32.
Oh.
Taylor Lane having nowhere to go. Let's watch the replay on that one. See if the 8 looks like he may have helped him. And boom goes the dynamite.
Oh man, that number 8 car, guys, he's helping a lot of guys out there tonight.
Definitely not making any friends in his debut.
That was definitely an ARCA moment between the 32 and the 9 there.
32, that was an ARCA break.
No, what the 9 did was the ARCA break. That was just the ARCA! And just, zero situational awareness on the 32, just bombing it in there and just drilling the 9. And I think we sell most of the parts to fix that. I know our paint store in Syracuse could probably get you a new roll pan for that, bud. So, yeah.
Oh man, that just We've been sitting here talking about how most of these crashes tonight have been pretty mundane, and then we have someone go right out there and get T-boned at 120 miles an hour.
So the question is, when are we going to see the money stop? Because we're going to be going back green with about 20 laps to go, and they can make it from there.
I'm going to bring Ronnie Osmond down, seeing as we couldn't get a proper interview in last time.
Go ahead.
I might postulate, guys, that if Pataska doesn't come down,
Or
User
tonight.
was moved to your channel.
we might not see them.
Ronnie, Tony up in the booth. You got me, sir.
Gotcha.
So we noticed that last run, you were able to really stay with Dallas on the restart. We're going to go green with about 20 to go. When are you planning your money stop? Or have you already taken it?
My plans for right now is to stay as close as I can to Pataska and be ready for a move on the last lap. Because I know I can keep up with him. Because on that run where I stayed out for a long time and he was on fresher tires, I could keep him in sight. So I feel confident with the tires I have, even tires we have on, I can keep up with him.
So we were kind of wondering that if you could get to his back bumper, if we were going to see an Earnhardt Sr. moment with the whole, I didn't mean to wreck him, I just meant to rattle his cage kind of deal.
Gotta do what you gotta do. It's racing, there's fenders on these cars for a reason.
Fair
All
enough,
right.
Ronnie, fair enough.
Hey, Ronnie, I have a quick question for you. How's the car felt overall tonight? I mean, we've been watching you drive it, and your line has really evolved throughout the night. How does this setup feel for you?
It's a confusing setup if you don't have the experience. It's just pretty much tight in the center, so you have to roll through the corner and then very loose off to where you can't, where you have to easily roll into the throttle, and you can't get floored till you're completely straight.
Well, we were kind of wondering early on in the event if you were confused, thinking Richmond may have been in Tokyo.
It's just the track is just rubbered up some, so it's gotten a little tighter on the exit of the corner.
So you can feed it the beans a little more on the high side.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, Ronnie, looks like the lights are getting ready to go out on the pace car. We'll let you get back up into the team speak with everybody else. Good luck in the, looks like the last 24 laps of the race.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, good luck, Ronnie.
User was moved out of your channel.
So lights do go out on the pace car. Dallas Pataska, Ronnie Osmer, Steve Gauthier, Jonathan Medeiros, Casey Metzger, Ray Black Jr., Jose Pabon, Francois Pelletier, Brent Kuhl, and Andy DeLay rounding out your top 10 as we currently have 24 to go. 25 to go. We will have 24 to go. 20 to go. 20 to go currently. We'll go back to green with 19 to go, and I am not live, of course.
Oh, wow. What a restart from Ronnie. He's right on the back of Pataska.
3 wide.
Junior.
Oh, this could end bad. No, he's backed out of it. That's surprising for Ray Black.
Well, with him being on probation, I'm not really too surprised there. And
Gauthier got Osmer into second. Oh, and Pabon into the wall.
Oh, good grief.
Still green, though. Still green.
Still green. As we see the number 50 Turkey Hill Farm.
Delay's going around.
Yellow.
There's the caution.
And a delay this time.
Let's see what happened with delay. See if he had any help on that.
I think he just spun it, guys. I think he just hit the apron and spun it.
That's exactly what happened, and good on everybody else to not get into him.
I think situational awareness tonight has been very good, to be fair.
For the most part. There were some drivers who it's semi-questionable.
I mean, yeah, Taylor Lane kind of didn't have that.
Well, yeah. That was that was one of those. Oh, look, a shiny! Blap.
we can forgive him for that. I mean, everyone's entitled to their one mistake of the night.
Now, I have a question, guys. If it comes right down to it, we've got a caution with, 10, 12 laps to go. Another quick caution after this one. Who pits for those fresh skins and hopes that it goes green? I mean, it worked last week.
Well, look who's on pit road right now. Michael Jeans.
He's playing that strategy he played last week and stole the win. So,
but he's back in
Good work.
13th.
He was that far back last week as well and still got the win. So it could play out again tonight, hopefully.
We'll
I was gonna
see.
say, I believe he restarted around 8th or 9th, and he just came up through that field quickly. I mean, we all know fresh tires make you feel like Superman at a track that abuses them, like Richmond, even more so.
So we'll see. Can lightning strike twice?
That's an excellent question, but I know Pataska is definitely going to have something to say about it because he still hasn't forgotten, as we heard earlier in the interview, he has not forgotten what took place last week.
Yeah, I mean, any driver, if you're in real world, if you're sim, it doesn't matter. Losing a race like that sticks with you, and you're going to carry it for a while.
Very much so, and I would like to point out, Ronnie's sitting in 3rd. He's going to be starting right behind Dallas.
So he's going to be in exactly the same position he was in the caution before the last caution, which may work in his favour because he'll have the favourable line. But it depends on how those tyres can hold out, considering we are close to those pit stops.
Well, it's, I believe it's what, 8 to go? Is that right?
No.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong lap count. Sorry.
We are currently working lap 112 of 125. Dallas Pataska, 47 laps into his stint. Steve Gauthier, 47 laps into his stint. Ronnie Osmer with 10 lap newer tires. Jonathan Medeiros, same stop as Ronnie. Ray Black Jr. stopped 2 laps later. Casey Metzger and Zach Brew with 2 of the freshest sets in the top 10 right now. So, definitely going to be interesting to see how this plays out as it's still anybody's race.
Oh, very much so. I mean, there's, given the different tire strategies, given everything that's going on, I think there's, a dozen different ways this race can play out in the last dozen laps. One of which might be Ronnie bumping Pataska out of the way. I'm not going to lie.
Well, the
He
other
did
car
say you got to do what you got to do. So.
Absolutely. So don't count it out. But the other car that's not afraid to use the chrome horn is sitting right behind Ronnie.
That's very true. Ray Black Jr., of course, everyone loves him, everyone hates him. But Ray has been known to use that front end quite a bit.
And Ronnie right on Pataska's rear bumper. Here we go.
Oh, we got off to a poor start.
Well, he was bumping him, and he had to lift to not turn him. And Gauthier got a great jump. 3 wide.
Oh,
Gauthier's in the marbles again.
Still keeps it off the wall. No, a little bit of sparks. And there goes Black.
Yellow flag is out.
And that's the engine gun as well.
There, yeah, that's an engine. That's a tow. So we're watching Ray Black Jr. come through the middle here. Just steps on his own junk and eats the inside concrete. And everybody behind him.
I can't help but think that was started by Frank Heckman, though, because Frank Heckman at the same time was saving his own kind of half spin.
Yeah, but Ekman was behind. Ekman was well behind that one.
Oh, so he was happening at the same time as Black. But Black actually hit the wall so hard.
That wasn't Ekman, dude. That was Gauthier on the high side.
Yeah, Gauthier got up high into the gray stuff and dropped what?
No, if you look on the inside at the same time, Ekman was actually he was actually dirt tracking it around the corner and actually managed to save it.
You sure we're talking about the same car?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna watch Ekman here.
All right, guys,
in the pink and yellow Marty Robbins tribute car, who was on the high side. Yeah, you're right. He was dirt tracking it.
Ray Black Jr. has taken it behind the wall, guys.
So that's going to be calling it a night there. Again, having to tow, 10 laps to go. Knows that his night's basically over anyways. Taylor Lane might just as well have taken it behind the wall as he's still 10 minutes on pit road right now, 16 laps down. Dustin Dean minus 15. Dustin Ping minus 3. So he's going to gain 1 position at least on Ray Black Jr.
I just want to point out, guys, we've been talking a lot about the 8 car tonight and his use of fenders. Look at where he's going to be lining up.
It's working in his favor, whatever he's doing.
Oh, the 8. Oh, boy.
Casey Metzger.
Oh, boy.
Zach Brew's up there as well. That's an interesting position.
Pataska, Osmer, Metzger, Brew, Gauthier, Medeiros, Pelletier, Hill, Jeans, and Frazier, your top 10 right now.
I'm telling you, Michael Jeans is coming. He's up into the top 10 already.
Well, in the top 10, he's got the newest tires.
Yeah.
Oh, easily.
So he's slowly making his way through the field. I mean, can he make up some more places with the last 10 laps to go?
That's a possibility. I don't see that being counted out as within the realm of reality.
I personally don't think there's going to be any pit stops either with that many, with the amount of laps that are left.
There almost can't be at this point.
I'm going to say, guys, I think the next caution ends it. I mean, we have so few laps left.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're Osmer, if you're...
We're going to go green on lap
any of these
120, so...
Yeah, if you're any of these guys, you got to make that jump start. You got to make that start work, and you got to go because the rate cautions have been coming tonight. Got to expect that someone's going to lose it somewhere, and you'll need to be in that position when it happens.
The question is, if you're Osmer right now, starting outside row number 1, do you gamble on the pace car? Because you've seen where, yeah, I mean, we've seen where Pataska's been going. You almost, like you said, you almost have to gamble and, you know, let the black flag fly where it may.
Yeah, I mean, you almost have to look at this, I think, like a dirt restart. You know, he's been keeping a pretty good cadence tonight, Pataska, on those restarts, and I think to keep up with him, you almost have to gamble and say, all right, I know at this point, foot to the floor, and see if you're right.
That's kind of what you have to do. And the question is, with Metzger starting behind Pataska as we're getting ready to go back to green, does Metzger try a dirt-style restart? And the 05 jacks up Ronnie Osmer and just cost him the restart. Zach Brew just cost Ronnie Osmer that restart because Osmer could not get on the gas because the ass end of his car was off the ground.
Oh, and they're wrecking.
Oh, race over.
Yellow.
Who the hell is it? Dustin Ping. Butch Frazier.
No, Francois. Yeah, a lot of cars involved in that one.
All of them.
Yep.
Looks like somebody just couldn't wait to...
Let's go to the 25 of Andy DeLay because he's involved towards the front of that one. There it is. Okay, so it's going to be... where the hell is he? There he is. We're going to watch this with Frenchie going into turn 1. The 64 and the 5 get into it. Frenchie tries to take evasive actions, and the 08 just eats him.
Unfortunate for Michael Jeans after...
yeah.
We thought he was going to get up there after that cheeky pit stop. But
Gauthier tries to bomb it in. Let's watch that again. Here's the restart. There's the 05 of Zach Brew. You see Gauthier behind him in the white and black car. Bombs it in there, tries to make it stick, slides up, collects him. Pelletier tries to avoid it, almost runs over the 555, eats the 25 who was trying to avoid it. And I'm being told we have a helmet cam with Frenchie, so let's go to that on the replay here.
I love the puke cam, the vomit cam, sorry.
And you see it happening in front of him. There it is. Collects him, gets a piece of it, gets into Robert Hill Jr., and definitely not a view you want to see.
No,
gets it going back straight. And yeah, that was definitely not something you want to see. Let's go to, we got one on Gauthier too. Here we are on the restart. Watch what happens here. Just bombs it in on the 05. 05 comes down. Gauthier's already there. Collects it. Gets into fourth. Caution comes out. Sorry, gets up into fifth. Medeiros was able to get by him before the caution flew. So I think that's going to do it.
Yep. They just crossed over 2 laps to go. Lights are still on the pace car, so.
Well then.
A lot of good runs ended in that last melee.
Still,
luckily we have our top 3 in TeamSpeak, which is awesome.
For once.
That never happens.
Well, that was probably because I said to everybody, hey, if you're in the top 3, could you please be in TeamSpeak post-race? And everybody kind of jumped on TeamSpeak during the race, so.
Yay.
Let's grab the winner, shall we? Because I don't
well,
think,
he's not won yet. He still has 2 more laps to go.
I don't think...
He could blow an engine.
He could run out of gas.
If that shark in Houston comes to eat him, then that means he's lost the race, but I don't think that's going to happen.
We're in Richmond, so he doesn't have to worry about that hurricane. And
just the one coming next week.
Now the white flag is out, so yeah, let's go ahead and grab him and
User was moved to your channel.
Dallas Pataska, Tony up in the booth, you got me, sir.
Yeah, how's it going?
Were you sweating bullets those last couple of restarts?
No, not really. I didn't think anyone was gonna get to me after I saw what was going on in the first stints, and I thought Lisenby might be able to have a shot. He's always got good speed and everything, but I'm not sure what happened to him. I saw he was in the pits, so after that I knew I should have this in the bag and I should be able to get the win, which luckily I did. This is some good redemption for the unfortunate luck I had at Darlington. But at the end of the day, I'm happy.
You must have been looking over your shoulder near the end, because Michael Jeans actually tried to pull the same strategy off tonight that he pulled off last week when he stole the win off you. So were you looking over your shoulder at that point after you found out he pitted?
I was paying attention to what everyone was doing, but with all the caution that we were having, it wasn't nearly as worried as Darlington. But yeah, I kept a close eye on what was going on.
Well, you're definitely going to owe your teammate Zach Brew a beer after that one, because coming to that last restart, he jacked Ronnie Osmer coming off of 4. Osmer's rear tires came off the ground, and there was no way Osmer could even attempt to put the power down when you took off.
Yeah, I'd have to thank him for that, but I don't feel for him too much because I don't know if you guys caught it, but when Ronnie started behind me on one restart, he basically tried to start the race from third and push my rear tires up. So I can't say I feel bad for him very much, but yeah, it was a good race. I'm happy with what happened.
Fair enough. So extending the points lead just a tick over Ronnie with the extra points that you got for leading the most laps, getting, I believe you swept the 3 segments tonight.
Yeah, good points finish. Another great confidence booster heading into the chase. It's unfortunate we couldn't have more green flag racing, but the car was tough to handle tonight. The track didn't really rubber up, so the track didn't help the car as much. Typically, when it rubbers up, the car tightens up. Well, we didn't get enough green flag running to really have that come into effect. But lucky for me, I had the speed to stay out front and didn't really have to worry about tires too much.
All right, fair enough. Dallas, congratulations on the win. Excellent run tonight. We'll let you get back down to your team, and we'll see you next week. I believe we're at Chicago.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
And joining us now, Ronnie Osmer. Ronnie, you gave it everything you had. Talk us through that last restart. did the rear of your car actually come up off the ground?
No, it didn't. It was just I was trying everything in my power to stay with Tasca, stay in range with him, try to do something on the last restart. But I couldn't do anything. You can't do it. There's not much you can do when you're second place on a restart.
Fair enough, but you got to be glad to come out of here with the points that you did. Second place, still not bad for a points night, especially considering that you were down there a couple of times outside the top 10. And like you said, it was definitely a short tracker's track tonight with knowing where to put the car and how to put the car.
Yeah, and all the experience of running tracks like Five Flag Speedway in real life has just helped me learn how to conserve tires on the short tracks and where to run a line. It was a hard fought race, and I did what I could.
So next week we're at Chicago. Tell us your thoughts about the going to Joliet.
Should be interesting. I don't think we've ran a mile and a half yet in this season, but it should be a fun, interesting race, and see how I do. See how Pataska does. Just try to do within him as much as possible.
Fair enough, Ronnie. Fair enough. But you were able to keep the car out of trouble most of the night. How did the car feel towards the end there? You had 51 laps on the tires at the end of the segment there, or end of the race, I should say. Did the car feel a ton different than it did when you first brought it into pit under that first caution, this third segment?
Yeah, the car was a lot different. Yeah, how much the track changed. Track heated up more on the bottom, made it a little looser, a little tighter. The track was just hard to keep up with, but I ran a consistent line to keep my car straight, and I ran hard and kept my car straight.
So we were watching towards the end of that run, the second line seemed to start to come in a little bit, especially through 1 and 2. You were able to keep it wound up on the top side. Is it something you were noticing as well?
Yeah, I noticed that like at the start of the race. Usually the high line in 1 and 2 can give you a little bit of advantage heading in the back because 2 was the loosest corner. So if you had held someone down, they get in the throttle, they were going to get loose because they'd have to hold the car down. So if you had the high line, you pretty much had an advantage on them.
All right, fair enough. So we will see you next week at Joliet, Illinois, Chicagoland Speedway. And congratulations on the good points finish.
Thank you very much.
Good race tonight, man.
Thank you.
User was moved to your channel.
All right, and joining us now in his debut race, Casey Metzger. Casey, welcome to the Pro Series, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Announcing your presence with authority with putting it on the podium in your first start. Talk us through that last segment. 42 laps on your tires. Everybody else said that they could definitely feel the difference between fresh tires and older tires. What were you experiencing as the tires started to wear in?
And first off, that last segment was an absolute battle. I made a judgment call there at the end of segment 2, right before they called the segment, and I figured that I'd try and take tires, and I figured once the segment was over, everybody else would come in, and that would put me right back up to the front, and it never really worked out like that. So I was just trying to make up spots the whole time, and it was really, at times it was really frustrating. But luckily I never really got a whole lot of laps on my tires at one time because there's caution after caution after caution. So
well, the one thing we did notice up here is that you were not afraid to use the chrome horn, so definitely making some friends early in your Pro Series career.
Yeah, I probably picked off a couple of guys, but I was, like I said, I was trying to get through the field as fast as I can because I knew I was faster than a lot of other guys out there. So, I love Richmond. It's one of my favorite tracks. So I was just really trying to get up there and try and you know, have a good race for myself. And
Well, you kind of proved that this is definitely one of your favorite tracks after winning the AM Series race earlier today. So kudos for you for winning that race, and definitely congratulations for you for finishing third tonight.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, good run, man. Welcome to the series. We look forward to watching you, and good run tonight.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So next week the series goes to Chicagoland, Joliet, Illinois. Are you going to be back with us for that one?
I don't know, because actually I'm going to the Cup race, so I might miss that one.
Fair enough.
Depending on,
Fair enough.
Depending on if when the AM Series race runs. So.
Normally that runs Sunday evening.
Yeah, probably I'll miss it. So, which sucks because I like running with you guys. So.
Taylor Burris joining us in the booth now. Taylor, being as Casey did put it on the podium in his first start in the Pro Series, what are the chances of him being able to run next Monday night as well?
Oh, all he has to do is just run in the top 3 again next week in the AM class on Sunday, and he'll be right as rain. And of course, each time he has come, he has actually ran with us back at New Hampshire. And
Well, the problem is, Taylor, is that Casey can't run next Sunday because he's out of town. So I'm wondering if because he's had such a good run tonight, maybe he might get an exception.
we might work something out. I'll talk with him.
All right, so you heard it here, folks. First, folks, Taylor
Casey
Burris
didn't
might be giving Casey an exemption for having to run the AM Series next week and allowing him to run in the Pro Series, possibly. This can be a race time decision, I guess. So, Casey, will hopefully see you next week at Joliet.
All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Well, kids, another one in the books.
User was moved out of
And
your channel.
I got to say, that was definitely
an eye-opener.
It was an eye-opener,
was.
but it was one of those... It wasn't the dumpster fire I thought it was going to be.
No, it was exciting. I mean, even though there wasn't that much green flag runs, there was a lot of exciting racing. And even the people that were spinning out on track, they actually still managed to save it. And the people using fantastic situational awareness tonight, it's just been great to watch.
A lot to learn from tonight.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of go back to the drawing board to determine some things. But yes, there was some excellent racing even when we had the green flag runs, as well as even driver awareness as far as avoiding certain accidents, especially that big one that happened early on, but right at the end of stage 2.
Yeah, that could have ended a lot of racers' nights and everybody doing a lot of real heads-up driving to not end their night early. So I'm looking at the results, and Taylor, you have a sick sense of humor.
Why do I have a sick sense of humor?
Because I'm looking at the race summary, and it says laps completed 125, guarantees 17, security deposits 85. So for those of you who don't speak redneck, that would be cautions 17 for 85 laps, 9 lead changes. Dallas Pataska leading 100 laps and starting on the pole. Hard Charger Award going to go to Jonathan Madero, starting 17th, finishing 4th. And you guys don't do clean races, and nobody got that anyways.
No. Not a single one got away with an instant point.
Everybody that started had at least 4. And I do say at least. So, with Andy DeLay having 24. And we did watch one car just decide to hit everything that was moving, not locking it down. And there were 7 cars that one car hit in the one caution. So, yeah.
I will point out that Frank Heckman also getting a top 10 on his debut tonight. That's a pretty damn good result for him.
Absolutely. So quick rundown was Dallas Pataska, of course, winning it. Ronnie Osmer coming home in second place. Casey Metzger, the rookie, coming home in third, possibly getting a waiver for next week's Pro Series race on Monday to be able to run at Joliet. Jonathan Medeiros in fourth. Steve Gauthier able to salvage fifth. Robert Hill Jr. rebounding to sixth. Jose Pabon able to hold on for seventh. Frank Ekman coming home in eighth. Gutierrez in ninth. Michael Jeans rounding out your top 10 after doing that whole late pit stop. However, was involved in that last little fracas there. Butch Frazier holding on for 11th. Brent Cool, Zach Brew, Frenchie coming home in 14th. Justin Ping 15th. Andy DeLay 16th. And those were the last cars actually running. Ray Black Jr. retiring. Dustin Dean taking it into the garage, not disconnecting, but not finishing the race. Taylor Lane did not finish. Justin Lisenby did not finish. John King did not start, nor did Isaiah Dupree.
So, yeah.
So that was Richmond in the Dixieland 125 Xfinity cars here as part of the RTFT All-Star League Pro Series Monday night. Again, for those of you who are interested in what you've seen here tonight, just go ahead and drop a comment below. Let us know what your iRacing screen name is, and we'll get it passed along to the powers that be and try to get you added to the Sunday night AM Series races.
And if you like what you saw tonight in tonight's live stream, don't forget to leave a like on the video on tonight's broadcast, and don't forget to subscribe as well, because we could do with the subscribers.
Yeah, that too. So, Chicagoland is next.
Yep,
that's going to be a fun. That's going to be a fun race.
That is
and a special race.
That is going to be a very special race. I just noticed the date of that one. So
we will have a moment of silence on lap 11 for that race.
Yes, we will. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, you will definitely need to tune in next week at Chicagoland Speedway, and we'll fill you in on why that's such a special day in case you have forgotten.
Unless you've been living under a rock for the past 16 years.
Exactly.
Yeah. I believe it was New York's bravest and a lot of EMS workers giving up their lives for their fellow man approximately 16 years ago. And we're going to do our best to pay tribute to him at Chicagoland.
Put on hopefully a good show for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I believe that's going to do it for tonight. You've been watching a presentation of the RTFT All-Star Racing League brought to you by both the broadcasting company, the other BBC.
Still laugh at that.
Absolutely. For my partner in crimes, Sam Cooper Bennett, Mr. Kevin Paskowich, Tony Trapasso saying we will see you next Monday night from Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet, Illinois, the iRacing version with the Xfinity cars there again.